sharing with you thank you for that, Harry. I'm going to be sharing with you all an actual presentation that Victor put together that has audio and video of the one and only Victor Cruz. So you'll be able to enjoy Victor in addition today via a video. Also, I am going to be sharing with you all, for some folks who are not as familiar with the work of the United Latinx Fund, I'm going to share with you and start off today's presentation on the nexus of philanthropy and social justice with a brief 1-minute overview video explaining a little bit about who ULF is, who we are, what we do, and how we do it. So I'm going to share my screen very quickly, and I'm going to queue up this video, and hopefully the audio will work. I'll give it a try. Let's see here.
For 3 decades, United Latinx Fund has served as Los Angeles' leading foundation and philanthropic resource for and by Latinx. ULF partnered with the Latino Coalition of Los Angeles to launch the Campaign for Nonprofit Resilience to invest in and sustain our most essential nonprofits. Over the past 30 years, ULF has awarded over $1 million to over 600 nonprofits throughout Greater Los Angeles, working to provide jobs and housing to the Latinx community. Every year, ULF partners with LAUSD, Metro, the City and County of Los Angeles to conduct workplace giving campaigns, which provide a convenient way for employees to donate to and invest in local nonprofit projects that meet the needs of local communities. The Fireside Charla virtual event series featured select leadership to discuss endemic inequalities throughout the region. To learn more, visit unitedlatinxfund.org.
I hope that the audio came through on that presentation. You might want to give me a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm glad that the audio came through. So that's a brief just overview of who we are and what we do. That was just for 2020. We're in the process right now of also producing a video highlight reel for 2021. So let's dig into today's lunch and learn topic. I'm going to be sharing a presentation was put together by Victor Cruz, and I'm going to make sure that, let's see here, not this screen, one moment. Oh, I see, it was this screen, okay. Let me share the proper presentation here. And here we go. So here's Victor's presentation, Philanthropy as Social
Hello,
Justice.
buenos días.
Oh, Victor just came in hot on that on that slide. So thankfully the audio works. So Victor was gracious enough to record video and audio for each of the slides. He also prepared the deck. And as an aside, Victor is very passionate about utilizing philanthropy as a tool for social justice. And he, in fact, did some research as part of his master's program at the University of Southern California. So this is something that is very near and dear to the heart of Victor, but also clearly is a commitment across the entire United Latinx Fund organization and board of directors. So Victor, take it away.
Hello, buenos días. Good morning, gift to LA family. My name is Victor Manuel Cruz Jr., and I have the pleasure of working at the United Latinx Fund as the Workplace Giving Campaign Manager. Saludos desde Mexico. Unfortunately, I am not able to participate in real time as I'm traveling with family in Mexico. However, I'm providing this pre-recorded video message to you all so you can still receive the content on today's Lunch and Learn on philanthropy as social justice. Before I continue, I just want to say thank you for making yourselves available to participate in today's Lunch and Learn. I hope that the conversation or the information that you're going to receive is information that's illuminating to you, is educating, and hopefully captivating. And I just want to say thank you for all of your support, both as what you do for City of LA employees and civil servants, and also what you're doing for the lives of countless people throughout LA City through the Give to LA combined charitable campaign. A little bit about myself. I'm a native of Los Angeles, born and raised to Mexican father and Puerto Rican mother. I'm a native of Echo Park. And in my time of living in LA, which is my entire life, I've come to love our city that provides so much for the world and for those who live within it. Also living within LA, I've come to understand, unfortunately, the endemic issues that plague our city. Issues that are no secret to ourselves who live within the city, to you all who work within the city, and to those of us who work in the nonprofit sector, specifically those of us who are working through the Give to LA campaign. All organizations who have a sustainable and impactful footprint within the city of Los Angeles. My work and my education and my lived experiences as a Notre Dame Fighting Irish undergrad and USC Trojan with my Master's of Public Administration led me to the United Latinx Fund, an organization that's serving LA's most marginalized, including Latinos or Latinx populations throughout LA City and LA County. United Latinx Fund was founded in 1990. It's now going on 31 years. It's a really wonderful organization whose mission is to nurture resilient communities by advancing and investing in equitable, impactful, and sustainable Latinx serving nonprofits, innovations, and leaders. We're at ULF. ULF is the acronym I will use interchangeably within United Latinx Fund and ULF. Our vision is to be Los Angeles' leading foundation and philanthropic resource created for and by Latinx that transform, uplift, and empowers nuestra comunidad, our communities. We are so proud that we are one of very few Latinx or Latino serving Latino-specific funds throughout the United States. Unfortunately, throughout 30 years, there are issues affecting philanthropic funds going into marginalized communities, and especially Latinx communities. In the upcoming slides, you will receive information that talks about philanthropy, because you as a Give to LA participant are a philanthropist. And I want to talk about ULF's theory of change and the different theories of change that exist around philanthropy, and understanding why your support of ULF is so important, not only to our organization, but to Latinos at large. This is a little bit of our history right here. Like I said, in 1989, a task force came together, and in 1990, this is a little bit of our history right here. Like I said, in 1989, a task force came together, and in 1990, ULF was formed. And the reason why ULF was formed is because of the limited resources allocated by public and private institutions going into organizations, Latinx serving organizations. In LA County, Latinos are the biggest minority with 49% of LA County's 10 million residents. And the issues that have been facing our communities for 30 years are still existing, and these were made even more difficult with the recent economic downturn that left many families impoverished due to COVID. As of last year, we have over 4 million, almost 5 million families within Los Angeles County at or below 300% of the federal poverty level. That's to let you know about the huge need and the niche that ULF is trying to serve, right? Making sure that everyone in our community has resources, especially being the population that we are with LA City and LA County, and making sure that our most marginalized, which are many people in our community, have the opportunity to access a living wage and to have safe housing. So you as a philanthropist, and if you did not know you are a philanthropist, please understand that you are a philanthropist through your giving through the Give to LA campaign. And this is not something that you're accustomed to identifying yourself as, please go ahead and start doing so, because that's the truth. If you're wondering what philanthropy encompassing, the definition of philanthropy is as follows: altruistic concern for human welfare and advancement, usually manifested by donations of money, property, or work to needy persons, by endowment of institutions of learning and hospitals, and by generosity to other socially useful purposes. What does this mean, right? And it's important for you to understand that, especially if you're going to put this on your LinkedIn, on your resume, or just having conversations with people, right? Because these conversations are super necessary. Philanthropy, as defined here, just means that intrinsic or sincere concern of wanting to make humanity better through the donation of various things, usually money. There's 4 traditional ways of thinking about philanthropy: philanthropy as relief, philanthropy as improvement, philanthropy as social reform, and philanthropy of civic engagement. One can be really philosophical with this. I'm going to keep this at a very high level. But just for you to understand, as you as a donor, you as a philanthropist, what you're donating to and how your money can be used, correct? So traditions of philanthropy, starting with relief. Relief is considered charity. This is something I think that most people in our societies are familiar with. Charity motivated by relieving human suffering. Really wonderful in terms of being able to provide resources to those in need. However, relief as charity, this is not to say that one is better than the other, just pointing out strengths and weaknesses. The weakness or opportunity of improvement within charity is that it fails to address the conditions or causes that cause that human suffering in the first place. Much to be said about that, but however, for the purposes of time for this lunch and learn, I am going to move on to improvement. I do have my contact information though, and this is a recorded video. So if you have any questions or want to converse more with me about this information, we can do that. Philanthropy as improvement. This is seen as extending opportunities and resources to others. A really good example of this, and one of our member charities does this, is giving scholarships to folks and giving that opportunity or resource in order to make sure that people have access to opportunities. Really wonderful way. I'm a beneficiary of philanthropy of improvement, especially through my education. However, one of the shortcomings of philanthropy of improvement, again, this is not to talk better or worse or anything, just to be educating you as donors, is that unfortunately, there isn't a really good way of making sure there's equitable distribution of opportunities, right? We see this in our society all the time, that full groups of people are not able to get access to opportunities, right? Examples can be legal status, social or economic status, race, color, gender, sexual orientation, et cetera, correct? And so improvement is really wonderful for those who have access to resources or have access to the opportunity. However, we typically see in our societies that opportunities tend to maintain or be within groups of people who already have access. Not true for the organizations that are serving with a Give to LA, but we can say this about philanthropy out loud. Seeing traditions of philanthropy as reform, correct? And so reform or social reform is really encouraging because understanding philanthropy and Latinx causes on a nationwide scale. Latinos are the largest minority group in the electorate. This is according to 2018 report, and that still remains true today. In 2018, Latinx communities generated a gross domestic product of over $2.8 trillion. Unfortunately, that investment in the community is nowhere near what we give nationwide. According to a report by Candid and Hispanics to Philanthropy analyzing the years 2013 to 2017, Latinx communities only receive $553 million, which sounds like a lot of money, but it's less than 1% of the total available funds that were allocated for philanthropic causes throughout those years. And it's much less than 1% of available funds or the funds that Latinos put in the GDP. Also analyzing a report of people of color within leadership positions within philanthropy. Less than 1% of people who serve within executive leadership are Latino, and less than 9% or about 9% of program officers are Latinos. Still, also philanthropy is using market-based systems that maintain poverty. And so it's kind of funny, right? Wanting to solve issues, but yet we're still investing based upon those economic systems. And lastly, right, the difficulty of restricted versus unrestricted grants. Most grants that are given are restricted grants versus unrestricted. ULF gives unrestricted grants, meaning that there's no criteria stating how the nonprofit can use that money. Sounds a little troublesome, right? But we really believe in the nonprofits and the leaders who are serving and to use that money for the best purposes of that organization. Restricted grants often come with criteria that people have to meet, metrics, who they serve, how they serve it, et cetera, et cetera. But like I said, when these metrics are being developed by people who do not look like you, do not think like you, or are not familiar with the problems that you're facing and or how your organization to understand how your organization operates, it makes it difficult for nonprofits to truly be able to do good on the criteria of the grants, and also having to shift their energies from what they're currently doing in order to make sure that they fit within the box that the grant exists within. Makes it a little hard. Due to purposes of time, I'm going to skip this video, but I encourage you to watch this video located on our charity subpage at the Give to LA website. That link is going to come on towards the end of this presentation. But please know that United Latinx Fund is 100%. Due to purposes of, please know that United Latinx Fund is 100% Latino, Latinx operated, from our board of directors, for our executive leadership, to the employees of the organization. We are members of the community, serving the community for and by the community, as our mission says. So we at United Latinx Fund are one of very few specific Latino serving nonprofits, Latinx serving funds, formed by the community. And so our input and the communities that we serve and the organizations that we serve are vetted by community members, are led by community members, and are really doing innovative things in order to civically engage folks and to reform systems for the better. Please watch our video at our charity subpage.
And just to let everybody know, I already did provide you with access to the video.
And here we are, supporting ways to give to ULF. Just please visit our website, unitedlatinx.org. You can sign up for our newsletter there. You can check out our nonprofits who we've been supporting, and a little bit more information on the Back Home Initiative that would give sustainable housing to people throughout LA. To support Give to LA, obviously you go to you can go to givetola.org. Please check out our news section. ULF has a couple blog posts there talking about our grantees. Invite ULF and all the organizations out to speak a request at your employee meetings, community meetings, whatever they may be. And also make sure, if you're able to donate at the following page. If you want to be in contact with me, this is my contact information. It's also located at the ULF's sub-charity page. And I just want to say thank you for your time and your support. Gracias por el apoyo. Thank you so much. I look forward to receiving your emails and your calls.
All right. So thank you, Victor, for putting together that interactive presentation, audio and video. He did that while he was on vacation, and still was able to provide us with a pretty comprehensive and very high level overview of philanthropy as social justice. Apologies for some of the tech issues. There was issues in terms of forwarding the video as well as the slides as well. But I'm here to answer sort of any questions about philanthropy as social justice in general, and more specifically, what we do here at ULF in order to advance that specifically around jobs and housing.